Birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai, call Allah Yahweh Hawa, Allah Hayna Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bishop Kukadush, giving all praise and glory to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Spirit Holy. Of course, giving double honors to the elder apostles, and of course, the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who well. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shemiah Mappa is Mappa from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp in Philadelphia. Is coming with another week lesson. This is just covering things as being watchmen. All right, you have it here, which I noticed on Amazon.com personally myself. You have a down detector, or basically a downage or outage has been detected. Okay, and sometimes like when people may have different outages, they can go on the site down detector and see the different reports of the status when it comes to different particulars. Okay, I'll say that. Okay, and you have it by the time. So the current date is March 5th, and you had it from between, well, you have it 1:38 about approximately, and into current time right now, about 4:10 p.m. You have the 3 p.m. Timing right there, and you have it that it's been reported. Okay, I've used it earlier today and it did work, and it's no down no more. So, of course, we have a spiritual insight. Of course, that's another thing. All right. So you have different, of course, let me see. You have different. Let me see. Amazon down. Spiritual like discernment we have, and the Lord is guiding us. So if you can look here, it actually says here off of Detroit News 2 hours ago that an Amazon cloud unit data center in UAE, which is United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, damage and drone strikes. So again, people, you have to understand that things that's happening overseas, don't think that the things that are happening occurring overseas is not going to impact you here domestically, okay, or wherever you are. Okay, you have it where you have a global economy, and Amazon is one of them leading companies and such, and they rely on this technology, automation, and things of that sort. Iran drone strikes on Amazon data center. Okay, I'm going to continue to cite. Okay, right here. So you have an image as the tech industry chase growth in the Middle East through data centers, okay, which would be cheaper over there, right? The company's infrastructure is increasingly exposed to conflicts in the region. Okay, so with the increase of technology, you have it where the infrastructure that they would have to set up, and obviously you have it being in these other countries, it could be easily set up better in these regions for a cheaper cost, potentially, okay, operating and such. But you are putting yourself in harm's way, or they're putting the technology in harm's way because they're in a war zone, and the streets have become a war zone. And another thing with these cities being troubled, okay, and it's going to what disturb the flow of commerce, okay, all of the goods and such. Okay, so we have to really of course, and be locked in these times, because if not, you're going to be ignorant of the things that are going on, in which you will be basically bewildered or confused. All right. So, we are the children of the day. So this is Second Ezra chapter 15 and 18. All right, remember we're in Jacob trouble, Yaquab Tazarah. All right. Of course, we have deemed that through the Spirit. We definitely know we in the last days. We have it deemed in the Spirit through the Shaliach, our apostle, Zaquan, Elder Tahar here at Great Millstone. Okay, he have it where, it's Jacob trouble. Okay, we're in the beginning phases, but hey, as we know, time is moving fast. Okay, as was mentioned, if you miss one thing in a day, you missed a lot. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. Okay, alas, for that day is great, so there's none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay, yeah, it's none like it. You have it where individuals that's used to getting everything, putting in orders 24 hours a day, now because of the impact of this war, you have it where you have a impedance. Okay, you have a stagnation of your ability to order goods on Amazon, and most people order a lot of different goods for their house, businesses, okay, on Amazon. Okay, for because this is 2 Ezra 15:18, right? For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You have individuals are afraid at this time. Why? Because we're in a time of war. Okay? You have it even with men of war, mighty men, Gabarium, okay, which goes into being a mighty man or being a soldier, okay, warrior. And these men don't even want to go to war, all right? And these are men that have proven themselves in war and don't want to fight in war, all right, for a particular cause, okay? Being the tiny tops forcing, of course, their counterparts in America, all right, and Donald Trump being your commander in chief of the United States and military. He's your emperor here, of course. He's the we have deemed him. The scriptures we recognize him as being the cruel Lord. Okay, and you have it in I believe that's in either Isaiah 19:4. It says, "In the Egyptians and Americans will I give." And this is Sodom and Egypt, America. All right, will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. So the Lord has given us the heads up. All right, Quashah, cruel, mean, intense, vehement, stiff-necked. Okay, you can't tell him he's not going to lose at this particular conquest in Iran. Okay, you can't tell him that he's not doing nothing wrong. Okay, you have it where Pete Hegseth, which is your secretary, I believe is the Secretary of Defense. All right, he of course is telling you that and we will have all access to the skies. Okay, in Iran. Okay, like you could go into that, that airspace and such. Okay, and that's all what's helping him is technology, that that might, that sword that in which he was given. Okay, which Revelation, the 6th chapter. All right, we only gonna talk about prophecy here at Great Millstone. All right, and Revelation 6. All right, starting at verse 4, it says, "And there went out another horse." All right, horse representing what? power, okay, that was red or Adawam, okay, which represents Esau, Edom, okay. Adawam is red in Hebrew. Esau is Edom, okay. And power, and you have it. The Edomites have the power. The earth has been given unto the hand of the wicked, and that the Edomites or the wicked are ruling, okay, at the last leg of the Roman Empire, the iron with the miry clay, okay. This re-emergence of the Roman Empire from, of course, the falling pagan Roman Empire, okay. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. Okay, and via having that technology, as the scriptures say, knowledge shall increase. Okay, that's Daniel's chapter and 12 and verse 4 says, "But thou, O Daniel, or Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end," which we at the end. All right, we're at the end of the age of the rulership of the Edomites. Okay, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Okay, the technology. Okay, you have it with a lot of the different war technology, the delivery apparatuses. They got drone warfare going down. You have it that America has taken previously used Iranian drones and repurposed it and using it now in this warfare. Okay. Known as Lucas, low cost, uncrewed combat attack system. The U.S. drone was used for the first time in combat in the last few days. Admiral Brad Cooper, the head of U.S. forces in the Middle East, and this is off of Google search, said that they taken the Iranian design and made them better and fired them right back at Iran. So, hey, using technology, okay, they've used, okay, and improved it, made it better, okay, using AI drone tech, okay, artificial intelligence, compressing the kill chain to hours, not days, enabling nearly 900 strikes. So they can now more efficiently, effectively, and quickly do or carry out or accomplish that in which they're trying to do. Okay, fair use warning, of course. Fair use declared. Section 107. You have it in Title 17. You have it here, the Fair Use Act. Okay. You know, this is for educational purposes only. Fair use has been declared. Okay. Fox News clips.
They have some of our old tech, but it's not 2012 anymore. The Iranians aren't even in the AI arms race. For the first time ever, the Pentagon is using artificial intelligence to scope targets. What used to take weeks of planning was compressed into just hours. AI detects targets and then spits out coordinates. U.S. Cyber Command and Space Force all bring it home. In addition,
Yeah, so don't think that the Space Force is not involved. You have it, that extra branch of military, okay? USA, 6 branches of military, okay? You have it. You have the Army, you got the Marines, you got the Coast Guard, right? You got the Air Force, okay? You got the Space Force, okay? Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, Coast Guard. So they covering everything. All right? Space Force 19 or 2019 newest branch. But hey, again, you think that hasn't been? All right? Remember, they this 250 years they approaching for, you know, this empire's dominance, okay, at war. Okay, so you go into even that, okay. with the Roman Empire having, them iron teeth and such. So, this is their blessing. They're living it out. Okay, Daniel 7:23. It says, thus he said, the fourth beast, the Roman Empire, shall be the fourth kingdom, all right, of rulership upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. Okay, and hey, you seeing it? Okay, you're seeing it. All right, so you go into I like a lot of these good precepts. They just, Tubal, Cain. We go into this. This is one of course going into Esau Edom, which was also the same spirit within Esau Edom was in Cain. All right, this is a part of his, of course, lineage, posterity, and such. All right, they're known also as the wicked. All right, so this is the wicked. All right, you have it here. Okay, after Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch. All right, and he built a city and named this name. That's Genesis 4:17 of the city after the name of his son Enoch, which you're going to learn. All right, going to learn, man. All right, you got it. 4:22. It says, and Zillah, she also, just skipping, she also bare Tubal Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron, and the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamah. All right. And as you go into it, Tubal Cain, go into Thawabal Quyan. All right. Thawabal Quyan. Quyan goes into being some like a weapon or dagger of some sort. All right, you go into with Cain, how he slew our forefather Abel. Okay, and you have Tha. All right, which Tha is before the word as a prefix being thou, and then you got Wabal. All right, which you're gonna go. All right, we're gonna go and break this down. Is like to carry. All right, so basically to carry or bring forth your ball. Okay, a weapon or a sword. All right, your ball, a fruit increase. All right, produce. So this dude produces weapons. Okay, that's part of Esau Edom. Okay, and the wicked. All right, and such. So you have it. Just Psalms chapter 17, and it says here, and it says, I'm gonna start at 17 and 10. It says, they are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. Yeah, and they speak very proudly, specifically about what? Their military might. Okay, as we do know, Revelation chapter 13. Slakia. Hold on, let me see. Let me go back. Revelation chapter 13. Okay, Revelation 13. Okay, Revelation 13 and verse 4 says, and they worship the dragon. All right, Roman Empire. Okay, Esau Edom, Roman Empire, which gave power unto the beast. Okay, the beast meaning NATO, and they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, and who is able to make war with him. All right. Yeah, it's their spirit. Okay, you go into it. Talk about how, this beast being America, and in 11, Revelation 13:11, it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, being America, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. All right, being very cruel. Okay, and this beast rules very savage. All right, cruel. Look at how they going over there and blowing up and bringing all that destruction over there, and wherever they go. Iran is right there. You seen what they did in Venezuela. You seen what they did in history. You seen, with even the atomic bomb, a form of nuclear, of course, capability. All right. It's you seeing even look with Donald Trump's power, he went beyond, okay, both of the two horns, both of the major parties being what? The Democrats and the Republicans. Okay? Why? Because this is your commander in chief. All right, this is Nero. Hey, they waging war, Department of War. They've been given that power. All right, part of as you go into Revelation 16, it talk about how, um, dang, this is a great spirit. Um, Revelation 16 and 13, it says, man, look, Revelation 12, 16 and 12, it says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, okay, and water thereof was dried up. You can check that out. That the way of the kings of the east might be prepared all the way over there, okay? And you seeing this preparation, okay? You seeing as we went into World War III has started already, okay? And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, okay? You have it with the three unclean frogs, okay? And you have it with the London, what's that? London City State. You got with the economic side, you got the one of the three being the Vatican being going into the priesthood, the spiritual end of this empire and such, and you have also you know, in over there in what do you have uh you have it with Washington and such, District Columbia with you know the you know with the Pentagon and everything with the military might, okay, and such, and they using this the military industrial complex, and they bring in war, you know. They renamed it back to the Department of War. They always been about war, okay? So, you know, don't be fooled by nothing in these times. Prophecy is, of course, kicking. You know, just how we flying through these precepts in the spirit, because the Lord is letting y'all know and get the understanding of things, okay? This is for the prophets, and this is for the elect to understand. All the other people, hey, we prophets of the nation, they can know of their condemnation from this, you know. But you know, we see that this place is through, and judgment. We in a great time of judgment in the second coming of Yahweh Shai. Okay, give me one moment, real quick. Yeah, you know, you had the Arab nations, you know, Iran, okay, with that revelation, I mean, with that, you know, where I was at, oh, yeah, Revelation 16, all right, but, let me go to this other part, yeah, Washington, D.C., just going all up into everything, okay, just wanted to make sure everything is on point, all right. So yeah, man, we seeing direct prophecy, man, and it says, "And out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet being the RNC church, or R church, or RC church, that is, all right, Roman Catholic, all right, which is universal, all right." So yeah, man, you know, you seeing everything. I had quoted something as well, some other information, and I wanted to see if I could have got that information because I had quoted some information. Anything that I have quoted and it might be missed, you just look it up. All right, be diligent. All right, but yeah, you know, so this, you know, these events are all interlinked. So let's go back to this. Iranian drone strikes on Amazon data center highlight tech's exposure. U.S. tech companies are investing billions of dollars in the data centers in the Middle East as companies chase artificial intelligence ambitions and growing need for computing power. At least 3 Amazon data centers have been damaged by Iranian drone strikes since the U.S. attacked Iran on Friday. All right, disrupting the company's cloud computing services in the region. Whether the attacks will shape Amazon's expansion plans in the region remain an open question. In an Amazon Web Service network health update Monday, the company said 2 facilities in the United Arab Emirates were directly struck, and another data center in Bahrain was damaged from a nearby drone strike. As of Tuesday, the company was still working on recovery efforts, but the overall state of services in the region remained largely unchanged. Amazon has not provided updates since. Amazon said the strikes caused structural damage, disrupted power delivery to our infrastructure, and in some cases require fire suppression activities that have resulted in additional water damage. The company said it's working closely with local authorities and prioritizing the safety of its employees. Okay. AWS underpins a huge portion of the internet as companies rely on Amazon's cloud computing platform to operate their own websites and internal systems. And you have it where, like, okay, these companies and they affiliate with Amazon, and then now this is being damaged. Hey, now we can't, like, when I was trying to look for the goods and stuff and put in an order, nothing. It's saying oops, an error, oops. You know, you don't see that system where they can come and artificially give you an estimate when this will be, of course, Sam, delivered by. You know, if you place that order at that time. Okay, that's all automated. Says the company divided its cloud computing coverage by region with 3 sites in each region known as availability zones. In the UAE region, 2 of the availability zones were significantly impaired. According to Amazon, the 3rd zone in the region is operating normal, but experienced strain from higher traffic. In the Bahrain region, 1 zone is affected. Amazon said organizations that rely on AWS in both regions were experiencing elevated error rates and degraded services. Okay, so you all gotta check this out. All right, tech companies deal with outages and service disruption often. In January, Microsoft outages, emails, accounts, Microsoft Azure. But look, you seeing physical damage, all right, affect the technology, which a lot of people don't see the inner workings behind the technology. There's physical, of course, components that have been compromised. Okay, there's damage that's being done, billions of dollars that's being damaged. Okay, companies put in, all right, that can be physically, of course, touched. All right, so you know this bring forth famines and different things of that sort. Okay, this can bring forth potentially a lot of slowdowns in the sector of the transport or distribution of goods. Okay, and lose companies money. All right. And that's what it's all going to be about. Amazon planned data center hub in Saudi Arabia is a $5.3 million investment to build an AI zone in the country. All right, but then if they join into the war and then these targets are getting hit, yeah, you're just gonna see a lot of money get lost. All right. So yeah, man, you know, hey, thankful the Lord put on the spirit to bring out this message through the spirit. You know, I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Shem Shai B'Shem Kokadosh. Double honors to the apostles and others, great millstone, peace and salutation to elect. Hey, stay, of course, prayed in the spirit for the protection of Yahweh Shem Shai in these times, because famine, destructions, judgments is touching this earth, these cities, the tech, all different facets of life is being touched. All right, do not be complacent in these times. Shalom to the elect.